A shining golden dragon dives in and out of dark clouds of smoke as it soars high above the fiery mountains of Ignivor. Cruel winds whistle through the empty Dreadlord's keep in the Barrens, and waterfalls cascade down the verdant steppes of the melted highlands. Welcome to Valen-Kar, a land of magic and myth, a land at peace. There's been peace for nearly 3 centuries since the defeat of the tyrant Moralek. After his fall, Valen-Kar and Moralek's homeland of Rokshendar drafted a peace treaty that has stood the test of time. Beyond even that, absent the tyrant's dark magic, monstrosities and aberrations have all but disappeared from Valen-Kar. There is but one blemish on this blessed land, the chasm, a wound left on Valen-Kar by Moralek himself. His darkness still infects its depths even now. That, however, is not where our story begins. Our story begins in Karstead, the capital city of the Southern Kingdom, a bustling hub of commerce and learning where all the people of Valen-Kar are welcome. Our story begins with a carriage coming into town carrying an elf on a journey of self-discovery. It begins with a pair of good friends, mischievous city-dwelling smallfolk that are more than what they seem. And it begins with a ship arriving in Karstead's Morningstar Bay, carrying an adventure-seeking air Genasi. These 4 do not know it yet, but destiny has a plan for them. Fate has them marked, and Valen-Kar will be changed forever. This is Lorecasters. Karstead, the capital city of the Southern Kingdom of Valen-Kar. A huge, bustling metropolis. Peoples from all over Valen-Kar gather here to participate in their commerce, to live in their various districts, and to explore their connection to the Seelie undergrowth. A forest with ties to the Feywild. In the heart of the Manor District, a large, ominous home sits atop a hill. Many in Karstead believe this place to be haunted. They aren't entirely incorrect. Now, we take you inside this ominous mansion. Upstairs to the master bedroom, where we find Prue. Julia, would you like to describe your character for us?
You see a very pale halfling with jet black hair and a single white streak running through it, wearing dark clothing and slightly heeled boots, pointed fingernails, and red lips. She is rifling through a trunk that is definitely not hers.
And as this halfling rifles through someone else's belongings, a misty figure moves into the doorway, muddling the light. Excuse me, Mistress Thorngage, but aren't you going to be late for work again?
Oh, no, certainly. We've decided that I cannot be late. It's simply not in my nature.
I see. Well, I think work would be a better use of your time anyhow.
I mean, that's your opinion. I am. There is something in this chest that I meant to find. I'm certain of it.
And you could look for it later, mistress. You do have a job now.
Yes. No fun anymore.
What do you mean?
You
I've
used
never
to
been fun.
Well, honestly. Thank you, Abernathy. I will go to work.
You are quite welcome, Mistress Thorngage. I will trust you to leave on your own. As the figure turns and leaves, Prue notices not for the first time that Abernathy does not walk, but glide. The mansion's butler is a spirit, a ghost of an older gentleman with long gray mutton chops at the sides of his face and his hair pulled back in a tight ponytail. He wears fine clothes and gloves on his hands, though he is not able to physically move most objects in the house. He leaves the doorway open and goes off to do whatever chore is next on his list, and leaves Prue to her own devices again.
She snaps the trunk lid closed and gets up in a huff, walking much slower than she usually does.
As Prue heads downstairs and towards the front door to leave the manor and head out into the city proper, she pauses to glance at a shape on the wall, covered with a tarp.
She looks at it and shudders a moment and then hurries her step a bit more.
As you exit out the front door into the city, it is daytime.
I pop open my parasol. My very black, pointed at the top parasol.
And with your fancy parasol in hand, you make your way through the busy streets of Karstead towards your new job. You move through the city quite easily, despite the fact that some streets seem completely clogged with foot traffic. People give you a bit of a wide berth. They let you pass through. Almost a superstition. They don't want to walk too close to you.
It's like a black cat crossing the path.
And so you make your way quite quickly down out of the manor district through the residential and proper marketplace towards the southern end of the commercial district to a small shop that is backed up just about as close to the wall separating Karstead from the Sealy undergrowth as any building is allowed to be. This building, of course, is Ghostwood Apothecary. We move inside Ghostwood Apothecary, a cozy little potions shop. Lining the walls are healing potions and various other medicinal remedies, antidotes. There are bins of common reagents and a case up front with some of their rarer offerings. Ghostwood also has some special wares behind the scenes for the right clientele. But just now, in the front of the store, getting everything ready for the day, Danny, would you like to introduce your character?
Hi, yeah, I'm playing Felix Ghostwood. He's a little gnome. He's got like short, dark, buzzed, cropped hair. He's got like a cute little goatee situation, but like in a gay way. He's got like little rose thorn horns on his head. He's wearing like little shorts that are like a blue and green kind of stripes kind of rolled up. He's got like an overshirt that looks like it's made out of like different patches and stuff like that. He's got little brown leather boots, socks. He looks like just a beautiful mess of patchwork and embroidery.
Wonderful. And what is he doing right now to get Ghostwood Apothecary set up for the business day?
Currently, so like there's like herbs and plants and stuff being grown inside. So right now he's using his magic. He's making water and rain, kind of. He's watering the plants. That's going on in the back of his mind. He's gonna open the door, take a look outside. Okay, close the door again, and he's just gonna keep maintaining. And he's like looks at the time. Druid crafting some plants to grow. He's just kind of getting the overall just inventory ready for the day.
And as he's checking the time, getting everything ready, he begins to realize that it's quite close to opening time. And so you check the time one more time. You take a look out front one more time, and who you're looking for isn't quite there yet. But you are supposed to be opening right now. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to check outside the door one more time. Just take a real quick look.
A lot of people in the streets. In fact, you see a few people pause and kind of look at you like ready to come in.
Not yet. Hold on. Almost. We'll let you in soon, okay, guys?
They look disappointed. One of them kind of waves you off. And
I point to the garden outside that they can take a look at. Have an apple. And I'm just going to, using Mage Hand, bring an apple down. And I hand it to them. And I'm like, hang tight.
Wonderful. A guest takes the apple, and they seem sated for now to wait a couple minutes before you open.
I'm going to run to the back door.
You run to the back door and swing it open. And out there in the garden connected to Ghostwood Apothecary, you see one of your moms. This is Radara. She is on her knees working in the garden, using her trowel to dig a hole to plant some new fey flower there. And you see she's wearing overalls. They've been wiped down the sides with dirt. She's got a little tool belt with everything she needs. Her red hair is tucked up into a straw witch hat. And she turns to look at you, and you can see the shadow of a little red beard dabbling her cheeks. And she kind of tilts her head. Well, Felix, where is she?
She's going to be here. She has to be here. You know what I mean? She's responsible enough. You hired her after all.
Well, you talked me into it.
Okay. So it's on both of us.
It's her second day.
Okay. Then that just means she'll do better tomorrow. Everyone knows third day is the charm. It's a saying that everyone knows.
She stands up to her full 4 feet 5 inches, wipes more dirt down the sides of her overalls. Okay, well, that may be, but we have to open the doors.
I can open the doors.
Okay.
And I'll just open until she gets here.
That sounds like a plan. And as if on cue, the front door opens. You both look towards the open back door. She looks alarmed for a moment and makes her way to the shop, expecting that some customer has come in before you're fully open. But instead, as you both run back into the shop, you see that Prue Thorngage has finally arrived. Prue, you are late.
I was under the impression that I could not be late.
No, I was not under the same impression.
I do believe we discussed it at my hiring. Miscommunication, clearly.
Clearly. Anyway, you're here now.
Yes.
My son vouches for you. So
Yes.
I'll let the two of you open up the shop, and I'll go back to the garden.
Sounds great.
All right.
Absolutely.
Felix, you're in charge.
Obviously, yeah.
Prue
And
looks
I give a
aghast.
little... I wink over at Prue.
And Radara looks between both of you, kind of shakes her head good-naturedly, and walks out the back door, trusting you to open the shop.
My hand glowing with like a yellow-green kind of mystical energy. I'm going to use Mage Hand to pull Prue's apron off the hook in the back, and I'm putting on her as I walk over to the door to unlock it. I'm like, "We're ready. Are you ready?"
Is this the color, though? I thought that we discussed something darker.
It's a green.
It's almost neon.
I embroidered your name.
I love it so much. Never mind. Thank you. Green is truly my color.
I know. As I unlock the door, I'm going to open it, and I'm going to look outside to the guy I gave the apple to. Mm-hmm. We're open. Come on in.
Finally.
Yeah, time exists, and sometimes it doesn't.
And as you open the way, a few customers filter in. Prue, you are standing behind the counter?
Yeah.
She can totally be trusted with money, obviously.
So immediately, this woman comes up with kind of like a folded basket that you would like lay flowers in, and just starts grabbing some of the more common reagents, layering them in there all together in a pile, and walks up to the counter and sets the basket down. All of these, please.
Yes, excellent. I think you might have missed some of our better stock, though. I don't know if you've noticed.
This is all I need, thank you.
Right. No. It's just these flowers are... I mean, they're fantastic, certainly, but they are a little passé, wouldn't you say? No, you wouldn't
No?
say. All right.
I wouldn't? I like these flowers. What's wrong with these
No,
flowers?
they're
Is something
lovely,
wrong
they're
with these
lovely, but have
flowers?
you seen the latest shipment of crocus?
No.
Well, I'm not one to push, but...
Using Mage Hand, once again, you just see the latest shipment of crocus show up right in front of her.
I mean, I dare not tell you what flowers to use, but these truly are incredible.
That is a gorgeous flower. I will take 2 of them.
Excellent choice, madam.
And everything in the basket.
Of course. And then I ring her up.
She pays you a couple of silver. The next few customers are pretty easy. One grabbing a simple antitoxin, some minor healing potions, a couple other people grabbing flowers or common reagents. And then man sweeps into the store, a tabaxi man in fine clothing. And this man already immediately, both of you clock, he looks much wealthier than your average customer here.
Oh, he's going to want the crocus.
Oh, he's going to want all of the crocus.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks to both of you, looks around the shop. Well, I'm not sure you have what I'm looking for here, but I was hoping you might. You advertise that you have some things from the Feywild or Fey adjacent?
We do. Also, no offense, maybe you're not looking hard enough.
Well, how about I tell you what I'm looking for, and you can tell me if you have it.
That works.
Fey-jacent.
Lovely conjunction. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for a moon dew elixir.
Let me do a real quick sweep. And he's gonna just like walk up and down the few aisles that we have. And he's like, I know we don't have it. Okay. It's fine. It's totally cool. Mom left me in charge. Okay.
I just smile at him the whole time.
He kind of like looks at you for a little bit and then looks at the potions on the wall and starts kind of looking around at the merchandise, try to avoid eye contact.
I'm maintaining that eye contact.
Just unmoving.
Unmoving.
I'm gonna walk back up and I'm like, let me check the back. I'll be right back.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're doing great, Prue.
I don't look away from the customer.
He lets out a knowing sigh, expecting you to come back and tell him that you don't have it.
Yeah. I'm gonna open the drawer to the back garden. Hey, Mom, so this guy inside is looking for a moon dew elixir.
Moondew.
Moondew.
We don't have Moondew.
I know. That's why I'm coming back here to the back where everyone assumes everything is.
Right. Well, as you know, unfortunately, we cannot grow it here.
True.
But it does grow near the gateway in the undergrowth.
Okay, yeah.
So how about this? How about I'll hold down the fort. You take Prue, run into the undergrowth, grab me some Moondew, and I will see if I can get this customer's information. Perhaps we can call him later, or we can have him stick around until you bring the flower back.
He has really nice clothes. I don't think he's going to want to stick around.
Okay, well,
He looks expensive.
Hopefully we can get some way to contact him, but you go get it.
Okay.
I will handle the customer. Okay?
Okay.
You grab Prue, I'll grab the customer.
Sure. Absolutely.
All right, let's go. And she follows you back inside.
Cool. So here's the thing. We don't actually have any right now. But here at Ghostwood Apothecary, we take care of you. I and Prue here will
Hello.
go get you some right now.
All right, impressive.
I've been told that before, yes.
Because when you're here, you're family.
When you're queer, you're family.
Right. And Radara steps in and is like, okay, Felix, Prue, I will take it from here. Thank you so much. Why don't you head on out and go get the Moondew, and I will take care of our friend here.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for shopping.
It's like, thank you so much. And then you see him turn to Radara. She starts speaking to him as you and Prue slip out the back and head for the undergrowth.
Take my apron off first because I don't want to get it too dirty.
Of course.
Mine's already off.
I embroidered her name in orange, by the way.
I'm
Wonderful.
simply
And
not a
now-
spring.
Normally, the undergrowth, there is a road that leads from the town out into the undergrowth, and you generally have to pass a gate to get there. But you guys don't go that way. You have a little shortcut. In the back wall of your garden, there is a trick brick. Felix, you know just where it is. Mm-hmm. When you press it, it opens and gives you guys a door right into the undergrowth. So you can make a beeline for the gateway, and you don't have to log your findings and foragings with the city guard.
Why would we ever do that?
Why would you? So you slip out the back and head into the undergrowth.
You're safe with me, Prue. I've been here before so many times. This is literally my backyard.
You know we've been here together, right?
Yeah, but sometimes it's just really fun to narrate myself for you.
Fun for you, certainly.
As if you don't narrate yourself for me.
That's different.
Yes.
It's very different.
It's so different.
It's extremely different.
Yeah, we're two completely different people.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Extremely separate and disparate.
Yeah. Definitely not a pair.
Certainly not.
No.
As you bicker your way through the woods, you eventually reach the gateway to the Feywild that exists within the Sealy undergrowth. This gateway appears like a normal wooden door. However, it is just freestanding in the middle of the woods. The plant life all around this door is flora from the Feywild. The trees are affected. Different flowers grow in patches nearby the gateway. You see what you're looking for right off to the left of the door. You go to pluck some Moondew. These flowers have a long stalk, and they hang down similar to a lily of the valley. But they are opalescent and tear-shaped. They generally only grow in the moonlight. You're able to pluck enough Moondew for not just the customer's Moondew elixir, but hopefully a few more.
While we're out here, I'd also like to grab just like, that's a flower, this is a plant that we don't have right now. Who knows? We might need it tomorrow. I'm not just taking Moondew.
Excellent. You're picking other flowers. You see a few rare ones that you don't have, and you notice growing almost right from under the door itself, razor vine. Razor vine can be dangerous, can be used to make weapon oils and strong poisons, and it's something you don't find very often, and something that absolutely does not grow in non-magical soil.
I am taking as much of it as I can.
All right. You grab hold of the razor vine and pull. It's stuck in the ground. Its roots are deep. Prue grabs you around the waist and it helps you yank it out. You're very lucky not to cut your hand or fingers on the thorns of the razor vine, but you are able to pull out a solid clump that you know your moms can use. Gathering all your plants, you start to head back.
I'm going to loop my arm into hers, and just in like a really Wizard of Oz way, I'm just going to start skipping down the non-pathway that we came.
And Prue, do you skip along?
I do skip to humor him because I know he will make me skip.
Yeah, that's fair. As you guys move away from the Feywild door, we leave the two of you to your journey back. Spot where you tugged out the razor vine moves. The earth churns, new razor vine clawing its way from the roots left behind. And the door swings ajar. Just enough to open the way. Heading southeast on the road to Karstead is a small carriage being pulled by two horses. It's being driven by a dwarf from Talltree. He wears a powdered wig and a leather doublet. The horse reins are firmly in his grasp. Inside the carriage, we have two elven guards. And sitting across from them, Taylor. Would you like to describe your character for us?
Yes, you see a young, kind of thin, elven-looking gentleman. He's wearing a red coat. He's got kind of curled back blonde hair, pushed back over his ears, up in a ponytail. And he has a book in one hand that he seems to be focused very heavily on. And in the other hand seems to be holding a type of small stone. And seems to kind of emanate a nervous energy as he talks away, rambles on, if you will.
Thank you. And as he rambles on, he is interrupted by a voice coming from the stone in his hand. All right, Taytalian. Slow down.
Well, I mean, did you catch what I was saying? It seemed like you weren't answering, so I don't know if you were paying attention.
I was paying attention, but I don't think most of that is relevant. Your orientation doesn't start until tomorrow, and I'm sure that your parents will be just fine with you doing things the normal way like every other student.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's great. I just if it gets back to my dad that it didn't go right, I'm gonna hear about it.
It will go right. I promise you.
Okay, and I know we've talked about maybe a little bit of a side journey, kind of my orientation like set up to kind of get myself up and running here. Is that still happening? Are we not doing that? What's going on with that?
Okay. Once I meet you in person, we can talk about your little side quest.
Okay, I told you I was going to be there in just a couple of hours. We just got a quick stop at Morningstar Bay, and then I'm going to be there.
Excellent. Then I will see you in a couple of hours. Do we really need to be having this Farstone call?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm just so nervous. There's so much going on. I really apologize.
Don't apologize. It's quite all right. Many young mages are nervous before they join the order.
I am really excited to meet you. I do want you to know that.
And I am excited to meet you as well.
Both my guards are like literally staring at me across the carriage right now, laughing at me. This is what I get for using family guards. I don't know why I keep using them. Shut up, you. Stop it.
Well, Taytalian.
Sorry, that wasn't at you. I apologize.
No, I figured that out. I will leave you to deal with your guards and make your stop. I will see you soon enough, my young friend.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You're wonderful. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye, Taytalian.
And with that, I look out the window. Longingly.
Taytalian, you avert your gaze from your guards sitting across from you. Pair of wood elf twins named Gregory and Rosencrantz Guildenstern. They are indeed chuckling at you, and your anxieties taking over, forcing you to call your teacher yet again before meeting him in just a few hours. And while you are averting your gaze, you can still hear their laughter.
God damn it. I mean, it's Gregory. It's fucking Gregory. It's always Gregory. I see him staring at me. I know you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, Tay. As you look back out the window, you notice your carriage makes it into the small port town of Morningstar Bay. This is the last stop on the road before you reach Karstead, and you have come here to Morningstar Bay to pick up a little care package left for you by your parents. A little something to get you started in the city and set you up for success with the Order of the Scribes.
I look across the carriage at the guards, and I do my best to put on a serious face. And I say to them, if you two keep this shit up, I swear to God, there's not going to be any of chocolates in that box for you. You're getting none of it. You're getting none of it.
They both look like they're holding back laughter. Yes, sir. Understood.
I just put my face into my palms, and I just kind of whisper to myself, I'm supposed to be in charge.
You see Gregory lean over to Rosencrantz. Okay, we gotta be nice because those chocolates are so good. The carriage pulls up in front of the postmaster's office, and your driver hops down. He pulls the curtains back on the window. Master Goldleaf, I'll just be a moment. I'm going to pop in and just grab the package from the postmaster for you.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you, Geralt. I really appreciate it. You are a gentleman and you did good job.
Thank you. I'll just be a moment, sir.
Okay.
He lets the curtains go and heads inside. You are dreading the wait, sitting across from the Guildenstern twins. But only a moment goes by, and all of a sudden there's a little jostling of the cart, and the creak of Geralt sitting back in his driver's seat.
Oh, fantastic. I knew we hired the right dwarf. I had my concerns with the wig, but you know what? He is really, really pulling it off. And that's what... Shut up, Gregory. Stop looking at me like that. All right. After like the shuttering of the carriage and everything, I reach berating Gregory. I peek out the window. Girl, we all good? Everything all set? You got the package?
Geralt turns and looks at you. A little bead of sweat rolling down one cheek, and he gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah, all good, boss.
Elsewhere in Morningstar Bay, a ship arrives at the dock. It appears to be a merchant vessel, but in truth, this ship is home to pirates. And among them, high up on the mast, Carter. Would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, so at the top of the mast here, I'm probably on the highest beam here, finishing off tying some of the ropes, rigging the sails, getting them ready for docking here. You see in a kind of white billowing shirt, tight leather pants, just like ever so untied around the chest. You see this blue-skinned, white-haired, slightly pointy-eared Air Genasi. And you see him just kind of finishing up tying some of those ropes.
And as you're doing that, you notice a breeze move by you. But the kind of breeze you have learned to pay attention to. You follow the wind and you see a porthole. The shutter open, moving back and forth in the wind. And the hints of a conversation floating up to you.
Some people just don't know how to batten down their hatches. And I will untie the rope, rigging me to the mast, and I will leap off. And using my Air Genasi heritage, I will just go ahead and ever so slowly float down, a sight my crew is not unaccustomed to seeing. And as I float down, I will just try to grab the end of the rail and go over to that window to shut it when I do hear these voices.
You do. So as you reach up to the window to shut it, you hear the captain talking to another member of the crew. All right, we finally made it to Morningstar. It's time to turn in the kid. Captain, I kind of like Cordys. Do we have to do this? Yeah, of course we have to do this. That's the job. I know he's been a great member of the crew. We've enjoyed his company, but money is money. And this is a lot of money. So when he's done tying up the sails, why don't you go get him? And we'll take him on in. Cordys, this is a shock to you.
Absolutely.
You have been with this crew for some time and you feel a connection to them. What is your reaction to hearing this conversation?
I'm quite accustomed to holding my breath, and I do not think I let my breath go. And I think Cordys just kind of sits there for a second, just kind of taking that information in, and then realizing that the clock's ticking a little bit here. So I think he will try to put himself together a little bit and just kind of grab the top railing and propel himself up forward until his feet come to rest on the poop deck at the top of the ship here.
Okay. Shortly thereafter, the door to the captain's cabin opens. And you see the crewmate the captain was talking to is a sea elf, your cannon master. He looks up and sees you and smiles, waves to you. Hey, Cordys, come on down here. Got to talk to you.
Sure, let me just, everything's not quite secure yet, so let me just do one more run up ahead just to make sure everything looks good, and I'll join you shortly.
All right, sure. Hurry up.
Okay, yeah, and I start running towards the mast and, kind of go to, climb the ladder a little bit until I look over my shoulder and see them turn away.
Okay, you hope that they turn away, but instead the captain comes out of his cabin. And you see Captain Grimtusk, a half-orc, missing one tusk, a scar down the cheek on the side of that missing tusk, and wearing a big tri-cornered hat. And him and the Cannon Master are both watching you very closely as you begin to climb this ladder.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I need Calliope for this. And I will kind of turn around and just start to attempt to walk below deck.
They let you walk below deck.
I think I will walk casually down below deck, and I will make my way towards my my shared cabin here.
Okay, yeah. When you get there, no one else is really down there at the moment when you walk in, but curled at the foot of your small cot is your companion, Calliope. Would you like to describe her for us?
Yeah, Calliope is just the prettiest, cutest little gray cat, and she's just kind of purring away ever so, not too loudly, more comforting. And she's just kind of bundled up in some of my my coats, my different clothes that I have at the bottom here. And I'm gonna walk over, and I'm going to just kind of pick her up in a little bit of a loaf and let her rest for a few more minutes, a few more seconds here on my cot. And I will very quickly gather my things. I will put on as much of the armor as my thick kind of leather jacket that I have, and I will grab my rapier and my other good boots, and can't forget my compass, of course, and my ring. So I put those on, and I start to head back up with Calliope, just rested ever so casually around my neck.
Okay. You get back up and come out to the upper deck, and you notice Grimtusk, the Cannon Master, and several other members of the crew kind of watching as you emerge, and some of them seem to have closed in around the entrance. And the captain looks to you. Cordys!
Captain, how are you this morning?
Wonderful. Now, don't worry about the rest of the rigging there. We got that taken care of. Why don't you come with us?
Sounds good. I was actually, I was going to get an early start on our stay here in the city. I was going to head to town and probably I can does anybody want treats? I can bring back some pastries. I know they've got good places in the city.
No, Cordys, I think I'd like you to stick with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet here in Morningstar Bay. And he takes a step towards you.
I mean, why rush? We're going to be in the city for a few days at least, right?
Right. So, how about this? Take it as an order, kid. You're coming with me. Now.
Oh, sure. You know what? You're right. Business first, pleasure later. Why don't we? And then I will just start to break off in a straight sprint. Some of my levitate still kind of going here, and I will leap off of the side of the ship and try to roll onto the stone docks next to it.
All right. So you leap off the side of the ship, and with that levitate, it's pretty easy to take you down to the stone. You do a roll to keep your momentum and start running into Morningstar Bay. And you hear Captain Grimtusk behind you. Hey, he's making a break for it. Get him! And the pirates that you, up until moments ago, called your friends, your crew, they start running down the gangplank in pursuit. And you flee into Morningstar Bay. And as you flee, you find yourself running towards a carriage. The driver gets down from the carriage. He goes to the window, says something you can't quite hear, and then as he moves to the side, you get a good look at him. A dwarf wearing a leather doublet and a powdered wig, and he turns to head inside the postmaster's office beyond, and you are yards away from this carriage.
Yeah, I think I see, as I'm kind of sprinting away from the ship here, I think Calliope has woken up a little bit, and her claws start to dig into my neck here, just under my hooded cloak, and I say, good morning, Calliope, sorry to wake you up like this, but showtime. And I'm going to see this person, and you're going to see kind of a bluish-greenish sparkle run down Cordys's body, and he is going to look exactly like that driver.
All right. And with that, you take on the appearance of this driver. You jump up into the driver's seat, grab the reins, and just as you're about to start going, you see a high elf stick his head out the window.
Girl, we all good? Everything all set? You got the package?
Yeah, all good, boss.
He seems satisfied, goes back in the carriage, and you grab the reins. And as the carriage rockets down the road, now driven by a disguised Cordys, Geralt comes out of the postmaster's office, holding a small box in his hands, and finds the carriage gone. He looks both ways and doesn't see it. You'd think he would be more distressed at being left behind, but instead, he immediately looks down to the small box, tears off the paper wrapping it, and opens it up to find that the care package sent to Taytalian Goldleaf by his parents is in fact just a box filled with 500 gold pieces. Geralt smiles to himself, closes the box, and starts walking down the road. Cordys, you drive the horses a little faster than your average road travel would be moving to give yourself as much distance between you and those pirates, formerly your very own crew, as you can. You guys reach the northwestern entrance into Karstead. It being now the beginning of the business day, the gates are open, and your small passenger carriage is allowed to ride right in. But, Cordys, you do slow down as you enter into the city, not to draw attention to yourself. Taytalian, you're sitting in the back, and so far you are on the right track. You've arrived in Karstead, and your next stop is meant to be the inn that you will check in at for the night before you go to the tower to start your orientation. However, you notice that the carriage continues moving south past the inn you know you're supposed to check up at. You see the tower in the distance moving past, and this carriage is just steadily moving through the streets toward the south end of Karstead.
Do Gregory or Rosencrantz seem to be noticing this happening at all, or are they just chilling?
They do not. You see them bickering with each other under their breath, not really paying attention to you at this point.
Okay, in complete honesty here, my anxiety would not allow me to say anything to them and say, hey guys, I think we're going the wrong direction.
So, Taytalian, you just kind of see where it goes.
I do kind of peek my head out a little bit once again and look up at Geralt and just go, hey, Geralt, is everything going okay up there? You know where you're headed, right?
Of course I do.
Well, okay, that's all I needed to hear. You have been worth every penny. Oh, God.
And Cordys probably just thinks to himself, well, they haven't said them wrong yet, so he must be on the right track.
So, Taytalian, you lean back in, content to not question anyone any further.
No, I dig my head straight into my book, and I just start doing my reading and just pretend everything's totally fine.
And Cordys, you know you're going to need to lay low. And the city can be a great place for that. unfortunately, you're not really very familiar with Karstead. You are, however, familiar with the fact that Captain Grimtusk has been to Karstead, does know people here, and you don't want to get caught up by any of his associates if he does show up. So you keep taking the carriage south towards the back wall of the city so that you can enter the giant forest beyond, the place known as the Sealy Undergrowth. You get to the southern gate, and two of the Kingsguard stand by the gate, one on either side. One is a human, the other a tiefling. They both kind of step up to the cart. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
You have business in the undergrowth.
Yes, business in the undergrowth. That's right.
And what is that business?
Oh, just your average, everyday undergrowth business.
Right.
Listen, my clients pay for discretion. I'm sure we could, bring you something back from the forest. I don't really get told all the details. My job is to kind of just shut up and drive.
Understood. Yeah, you're good to go. We won't ask too many questions of your discerning client, but if you happen to pick up some pixie dust while you're there, we wouldn't say no to a pinch.
Pixie dust, of course. That can be done.
All right. Enjoy your jaunt into the undergrowth, sir.
You too. Good day.
Thank you. Carry on. And they allow you through the gate. You head down into the forest, not really knowing where you're going, but knowing that the forest is definitely going to be easier for you to lay low in. You're very comfortable in nature, and poor sods in the carriage are just along for the ride at this point.
I would like to say that if I see us go through a gate,
oh yeah, you have noticed
into a forest?
that you have entered the forest, and amazingly, your guards still have not noticed.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my two idiots, and I'm just gonna say, you know what? He is doing an amazing job, and I'm just gonna go up there and compliment him. And I open up the carriage,
All right, Tay.
and I open up the carriage door to climb up onto the driver's seat along with who I believe to be my dear Garrel.
And you climb up and plop next to the dwarf with the powdered wig, and Cordys, you look over. Taytalian has crawled out of the carriage and is now sitting next to you, this high elf.
I think as I see the movement coming from the back, I kind of move my shoulders a little bit just to bump Calliope a little bit, just to make sure she knows the drill. Her tail's not sticking out, her paw's not sticking out of this kind of illusion that's run over my body here.
Okay, hey, Carol. Listen, you are just great. You're so good, and you've been worth every of those pennies. Where are we?
We're in the undergrowth.
Okay, but we were supposed to go to the inn. We're not supposed to be in the undergrowth. Why?
There was a change of plans. We weren't supposed to go to an inn. We were supposed to go to an out. We're outside.
But I've been outside a lot. I want to be inside. Okay, listen, I get this is a fun joke, and it was fucking Gregory, right? He paid you to do this? It was fucking Gregory's idea. Okay, it's great. Listen, I know he gave you some money. What if I gave you a couple of golds and you just turn back around and we pretend like we're not in the middle of a fucking forest?
Gold's fine, sir. I was just doing what I was told here by.
So you can say his name. You can say his fucking name is Gregory. I know it's Gregory.
Gregory.
And as you, in your mind, Taytalian, confront Geralt, and Cordys tries to grapple with these names and places that he's not familiar with, trying to keep up this charade, Prue and Felix, you two hear a carriage bounding down the road in your direction.
Can we tell about how far it is? How far away?
It is approaching very quickly. It's about 100 feet away from you right now. You feel like if you stay on the path, you'll be seeing it very shortly.
Are there trees? Are we like surrounded by trees?
Yes. So the Sealy undergrowth, even this close to the gate slash the wall, is a full forested area.
With my arm still linked into yours, I look over to you and I'm like, first one into the carriage wins.
Deal.
And I click my heels so I can activate the soles of my shoes. And I'm going to get up into a tree stealthily. And then as soon as that cart gets under us, I'm dropping onto it and trying to get in that way.
Okay. Prue, how are you preparing?
Well, he went high, so I'm going to go low. Somehow. I'm just going to go a branch lower than him. Like diving from the side.
Okay, so you're still climbing the tree. You're just
but lower,
below
but
Felix.
lower. Yes.
Okay. Excellent. As you guys get nestled into position, the carriage with a disguised Cordys and Taytalian in the driver's bench comes moving still pretty swiftly down the road and is about to pass your tree.
Yeah, I'm going to drop onto it as soft as I possibly can.
Yeah, you just hear from the front of the carriage. Carol, where's the care package?
Oh, it had been rerouted, I think. It'll be here in a couple days.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to shoot at it and then stick onto the side.
So you are
Climb
gripping
the
on the
window.
side. You land on the front. And then the window just above you, it's the curtains pulled back. And a wood elf guard sticks his head out. And he's like, hey, it's Italian. What the?
Hello!
Hey, stop the carriage!
I
As soon
scramble
as it's
in.
distracted by her, I'm going to go in through the window on the other side of the carriage.
And you jump in through the window, and sitting there, staring at you as you come in, is an almost identical wood elf guard.
I just look at him and I'm like, wait. How are you also looking out the window?
We're twins. Who are you?
I am leaving. Because I look outside, I just yell, I'm in.
I scramble in anyways.
And then I
Cordys,
just,
do you stop the carriage? Or are you just ignoring these guards that you didn't necessarily know were in there?
Yeah, I don't think Cordys has the wherewithal to like think about stopping the carriage. This is his first time driving one, so he's just kind of like let the reins kind of dangle loose in his hands, and he's gonna like look up in behind him at this commotion.
All right.
Oh no, my boys! Stop the carriage!
Oh no! It sounds like somebody's running this carriage afoul. We should definitely do something about it.
You're using bigger words than the last time we talked. All right, just pull the reins. Pull them backwards.
Nature just makes me feel so wise.
Do you listen to Taytalian and pull up on the reins?
Yeah, I will like remember that I'm driving a carriage, and then I will like pull back on the reins, like just like literally straight back, like no technique, just pulling.
You pull back, and the horses kind of give you a kick, and the carriage is jostled, but they do bring it to a stop.
Flawless.
The doors swing open, Prue still stuck to one, and
Ow.
like a gecko.
the guards jump out of either side. Rosencrantz pulling his longsword from its sheath, and Gregory taking 2 hand axes off his belt, one in each hand, and they prepare to attack the 2 small intruders.
Hey guys, this is just a huge miscommunication. We're gonna be leaving now.
I unstick myself. Excuse me, I trust you brought your day pass with you.
Who are you people?
We are unseelie guards, and we
Yes,
are here to
obviously.
make sure you have proper paperwork.
Okay, everybody calm down. Rosencrantz, Gregory, put your weapons away. I'm technically in charge.
Okay.
Listen to the blonde man.
All right.
Thank you.
They put their
Yeah.
weapons away.
You're very
not
in charge.
happy about it, and kind of take a surveil of who they think is Geralt, Taytalian, and
I'm
the
gonna
unseelie guards.
I'm gonna step
Yes.
down off the carriage, but right before I
Rangers.
do that,
Ranger.
I'm gonna pat Geralt on the shoulder and just go, "All right, you did great. Go check on the horses. Let me deal with this."
Sure, and then I do expect kind of a bit of like a kind of a danger fee, however you would kind of put that.
But you kidding me with how you pulled those reins? Of course, we'll pay you money.
Oh, absolutely.
Well-
Anything you say, Master.
Oh, that seems a little far. When I slap him on the shoulder, do I notice my hand go through it all?
You have changed your size with this disguise, right? Because you've gone from an heir genasi to a dwarf. So you do notice it's actually quite obvious that where you expect the shoulder to be, it is not.
Just butt.
It's his back.
And you move your hand and touch shoulder actually above where it appears that his shoulder is. Your hand just kind of pats the air, floating above Geralt's shoulder.
All right, I'm gonna take note of that, just thinking, I knew that wig was too good to be true. And get down off of the carriage.
And as your suspicion grows and the tension between the guards and the newcomers is palpable, you all hear a sound like firecrackers going off. And there are technicolor flashes coming from deeper in the Sealy undergrowth. Violets and cyans flashing in the trees.
I look to Felix and I go, did we do that?
No, there's no way we could have done that. We're right here.
The guards look at the flashing lights, look to the two of you. What is that?
You know about as much as we do. And I look to her, to Prue, and I'm like, don't say anything that's going to incriminate us. We didn't do anything.
Prue and Felix, you do know that these lights are coming right from the direction that the Fey Wild Gate is in.
I'm going to look to the guards. Can you guys give us unseelie ranger folk a real quick moment to catch up with ourselves?
We might need a couple of hand axes.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll be with you in just a moment, okay?
All right.
Hang tight. We'll continue the paperwork search in just a moment. Blonde
Ta-ta!
man, stay in charge.
No, of course.
You're,
Uh-huh.
you're doing great.
You're doing so good. I've never seen anyone take charge quite like you.
Quite the welcome to the city they give you.
I
We are
grab
not in the
Felix.
city.
I know. I looked to Prue and I was like, that came from where we were.
Come on, Ranger buddy.
I don't think we should go. Okay.
We'll be with you in a moment.
Yeah, we'll be. You know.
Wait, no. Hold on. I know things. And this isn't right. What? Did you do that?
More than likely not.
Yeah, more than likely not.
I don't think you're being truthful to
We
me.
can neither
I
confirm nor
Don't
deny.
think you're being truthful.
Ha! If Geralt doesn't believe you, I don't believe you either.
I also don't know who he is, and his opinion of me is of no
There's
matter.
another volley of firecracker-like explosions.
Okay, if you
Time
guys
to go.
want to hang out, be my guest. But we kind of have a, one Sealy Ranger business to take care of.
Yeah. The truth can be subjective.
Yeah.
Let's move along.
Yeah.
But no, I kind of want to. Where are you guys going? Can I go with you? We can go with them, right, girl? I'll give you extra monies.
I will do anything for extra monies, and they seem like experienced rangers.
Can I go with you? I got two very, very useful. And I look back at the guards. Guys with me. They'll be super helpful in things. Please. Geralt will drive.
Anybody gets in our way, I cannot be held liable for what does and does not happen to you and or them.
All right. Well, while Geralt's driving, we'll sign the paperwork.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Because we carry paperwork with us.
Well, I'm sure Rosencrantz has some stuff that we can sign.
I'm sure. He
Yeah.
just carries just random contracts.
Of course, always liability paperwork.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
Well, safety first. She gets it.
Yeah. The safest person I know.
Yes, I do understand safety first.
All right. Rosencrantz, Gregory, back in the cart. Geralt, you know what you're doing. And
I know what I'm doing.
Well, who are you guys?
You can call me Patrick.
Patrick?
Patrick. And this is
With-
my dear friend Trish.
Is there just a couple of A's in
Yes,
there, Patrick?
Trish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Trish,
Trish.
nice to meet you.
If we're going back towards the explosions and the lights, can we draw our weapons again?
Yeah, you just got to be in the cart.
Taytalian?
Do we have to quibble over every little facet? Can we go now?
All right, into the cart. I grab
Everyone
the guards and
that
yank
climbs
them
into the cart,
I stay on the
except for
rooftop.
okay. So Felix stays on the roof, and Cordys, you're driving. Do you take the cart towards the lights and firecracker sounds?
Yeah, this guy offered me money to go towards the scary sounds, and I'm absolutely doing that.
Excellent. So you guys ride the cart back towards the Feywild gate.
Is Trish staying outside as well?
Yeah, do you want to come up with me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be on the rooftop as well.
Wonderful. You reach the clearing. Well, I say clearing. It's still got heavy growth there, but it's kind of the area around the Feywild Gate where the Fey plants grow. And when you reach that area, the horses will not enter, and they buck and neigh as there's another volley of lights and sounds. They won't go any closer, but you can see the gate through the trees, and the lights are flashing through the crack in the opening.
From the roof, I'm going to lean over to Trish, and I'm like, that wasn't us, right?
I think you might have pulled the wrong vine.
We.
True, I did firmly grasp you by the waist.
You did. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it couldn't have been us. No, it couldn't have been. But
There's
we
other-
should.
Yeah, we've definitely seen other people here, right?
Yeah. But we should. We should go.
I'm gonna jump off the carriage. I'm like ranger business, running by the horses. As I run by the horses, I would be like, "Shh, calm down, guys. It's gonna be okay." To calm them down a bit.
You're beautiful.
You're doing so good.
Okay. They seem very distracted and unnerved still, but they won't go any closer. So if the rest of you want to accompany Patrick and Trish to the Feywild
Patrish.
Gate,
Patrish.
then you will have to leave the carriage.
Well, I'll stay behind and watch the carriage, of course. We want to make sure no ne'er-do-wells come by and take it from us. I can wait here.
What? I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me.
More hands make less work. I don't know the thing. Come on.
You're honorary rangers. We can give you badges.
I was gonna ask, is that a thing? Can we do that?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
have
have.
stickers.
Do you,
We actually do. Come on.
is it just stickers?
We have little fake badges
fake
as well. They're in the shape of
You keep
like a
saying-
shield.
Stickers and fake. We can't.
Fake badges, not
Alright.
real badges. They don't grant you any authority.
Yeah, we don't have the authority to give you actual rangerhood.
All right.
As I'm
But-
like running.
Yeah, we do need multiple hands just in case.
Should I bring my boys?
Yes, you should definitely bring your boys.
Okay. Rosencrantz, Gregory, get your asses out here. Be useful. You're wonderful, and we really could use your help right now.
All right, we got your back. They draw their weapons again, and follow the three of you. I guess, Cordys, are you staying behind?
I'll just go ahead and turn the cart around, and I'll just kind of leave it here for when you guys
You
get
too,
back.
powdered wig boy.
You heard Trish.
I did.
So you're just going to leave your boss here alone? You're going to leave all of these new people you just met alone
I feel like
in the middle of a forest. That is unsportsmanlike behavior.
I feel like boss is a strong term. Like new friends.
No, he's your boss. You're his boss.
He's just my friend that pays me.
That's a boss. Supervisor? Either way, there are lights flashing. If you want to be a wimp and run, be my guest. But
I mean, I wouldn't want my
your friend.
friends.
As you guys are bickering, you notice the Feywild door gets blown wide open.
How
Shit.
far away is this
Definitely
door from
wasn't
where we're at?
us.
About 100 feet from you at this point. You see the lights shining out of it, and a figure moves through,
Well, that's
silhouetted in the light. You can't make out a lot of features just yet, but Felix, you know, as your mothers have told you many times, that nobody should be passing through that gate from that side to this one. This is bad.
This is bad.
If you want to stop it, you gotta move.
I start running, and I was like, we have to send this guy back now.
Garrow, are you in?
All right,
I'll
on
get
it.
you a cool badge.
God, I guess I'm in.
I've always wanted to see this door. I'm really excited. I've heard rumors. Sorry.
Oh no.
And the six of you rush forward as the figure steps out of the door. And once it is not blocking the source of these Technicolor lights, you can see its features. A satyr, or at least at first it appears to be a satyr. Goat-like legs, pot belly. You see his arms are longer than you would expect of a normal satyr, as are his gnarled fingers. They end in sharp claws. And instead of ram's horns on the side of his head, he has one corkscrew horn erupting from his forehead, like some kind of twisted unicorn. He looks at all of you. Rosencrantz and Gregory have their weapons drawn, and they charge forward. He holds up a hand and snaps a finger. As he snaps, there's a puff of blue smoke around his hand and the two Wood Elf guards. Where a moment ago they stood as warriors, they are replaced with two small, nearly identical blue frogs.
Oh no, my boys! My sweet boys! Oh, I owed them so much.
That was fun. It's been a long time since I've been out of there. Blue frogs, what do you all want to be turned into?
Nothing really.
Yeah, I'm good how I am right now, but we can go.
Oh.
If that works with you.
How you all right now, or what you actually look like? And he snaps his fingers, and your disguise is dispelled, revealing to everyone that you are not a dwarf in a powdered wig, but a swashbuckler-looking air genasi.
Ne'er-do-well!
Garrow!
Listen, Geralt was nice and everything, but...
Was nice?
Oh, well, in the moment. I assume he still is, but I just needed a quick getaway, and I'm sorry that I roped you into this. You roped me into this? Did you rope us into this?
While they're quibbling, I'm going to throw my dagger at this thing.
Yeah, I'm like, you... No, as I, like, magic ready.
So you throw your dagger, and as it's heading towards him, he looks up and holds his finger out. Your dagger flips through the air, and the tip of the blade touches his finger. And the dagger turns into a flower. and floats
I needed
slowly to the ground. Oh! No. I'm not ready to fight. But if you're all ready for a fight, I can make that happen for you. And he flips his hands up. And you see parts of the ground twist into clumps of vines and roots. Simian faces pop out of the clumps. Then monkey hands and feet. Little half plant, half monkey creatures that he has summoned from the ground. Then he looks to the 4 remaining of you and the 2 blue frogs now ribbiting and hopping back towards Taytalian. This has been fun. What a great welcoming party. But I've got lots to do, lots to see. I have a feeling that maybe we'll be meeting again later. And he claps his hands and disappears in a puff of violet smoke. These plant-like monkeys snarl at you, climbing up trees and leaping out towards you. Roll initiative.
Inish.
Right.
You didn't have dice out?
No.
Oh my
You
god!
fool!
I would have been playing with them the entire time, so we don't want to pick that up on the audio.
Careful, it'll make
I
noise.
want you guys to know I'm all about these badges now. This is going to be really important.
I'll make one.
If I die, at least I get a badge out of it.
You got yourself into this. You stole my carriage.
No one to blame but
He
yourself.
rolled me into this. Don't look at me. He rolled me into this.
All right, so let's get initiative from you guys. How about 20 and above?
21.
Really?
Oh my.
21.
I rolled a natural 20 on my first roll of this.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Love to
Well
see it.
done.
I'm glad you guys are also excited about it. I'm the wizard.
Hey, the wizard can go first.
What's
Yeah.
the worst that could happen?
What's the worst?
The wizard can go first as a treat.
Whoa, don't say what's the worst that could happen.
He's a
You're going to jinx it. All right, 20 to 15.
19.
19, nice.
Thought I was going to be first, but that's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Performance anxiety.
Apparently.
At this level, I have 7 HP. Just so you're all.
Oh, you're going to die.
Oh, sweet.
All right, and 15 to 10?
13.
13 for Felix Cordys. What'd you get?
Let's go with 7.
Let's.
Bummer.
All right, our very first combat of the campaign, and Taytalian, you are first.
Okay, how far out in front of me are my 2 froggy boys?
So your guards, now a pair of blue frogs, are hopping across the ground just about 10 feet in front of where you're standing right now. And you see that these creatures are each about 25 feet away from you.
Okay, I am going to run forward 10 feet and try to grasp up my sweet baby blue boys.
All right. I'll say that can be an object interaction as part of your movement.
Okay.
So you're able to scoop them up off the ground pretty easily.
Okay, then I'm immediately going to turn around and all of you see absolute fear in my eyes as I sprint backwards 20 feet back the way I came, run right past you all. Then I turn around and go, okay, I got the boys. Okay, no, let me make sure I remember how to do this. And I reach up and grab a small silver hammer that's floating around my neck. And I just slowly mutter a couple of words underneath my breath. And you all watch as 3 darts of energy come flying out from my hand and go out to the ape boy directly out in front of us. And I'm going to cast magic missile.
Okay, so one of these creatures is rushing through the center of the clearing as its other 2 are off to the sides leaping at you. and these magic missiles go straight at him, pelting into him. And go ahead and roll that damage for me.
11 total damage. Force.
11 total force damage. So your magic missiles pelt into this summoned creature, start tearing away roots and vines. It is still moving towards you guys, but it looks badly beaten.
All right, I did it. All right, Geralt, you're up.
Well, before Geralt, it is Prue's turn. Yeah, you see that Taytalian's spell has left this center creature looking quite badly beaten.
Yeah, I think for now I'm just gonna do my short bow. Just shoot it at him and hope for the best. Nat 20!
Nice! Critical hit!
Hell yeah.
All right, so how we're going to be doing critical hits, go ahead and roll your dice twice.
Sweet.
Your total damage dice twice, add it all together, and then add your modifier.
That'll be... Hold on. I'm bad at math, everybody. 14 damage.
14 damage. That is more than enough. You strike down at this small creature and slice through its remaining vines. You see its simian elements sort of melt away into mist as the summoning is broken and the creature dies.
Well, that wasn't that difficult.
Next are the two remaining Vulcrum, these little simian fey creatures. One of them leaps out of a tree, and as it's flying down, it whips out with its tentacles right at Felix.
My boy!
Felix, does an 18 hit you?
That does indeed hit me.
Oh, no.
I'm in danger.
So, Felix, you only take 4 points of slashing damage, but as this tentacle whips into you and the thorns cut into your skin, I do need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
19.
19 is a success. You are very familiar with different kinds of poisons, and you can tell that you have just been exposed to a poison. Lucky for you, your immunity to poisons built up through living with your moms and working at Ghostwood Apothecary means you are not affected.
Yes. I immediately look over to Prue and I'm like, poisons.
Cordys, you hear that as well, just in time to have the other one leap out of a tree and lash its thorned vines at you. Does a 16 hit you?
That'll absolutely hit.
All right, so Cordys, you are going to take, a little bit more. You're going to take 7 points of slashing damage.
Sure.
Oh, no, my other boy.
I'm not Tally, so I am not dead.
How much you take? 7?
7 points of
brutal.
slashing.
Oh, Taytalian's gonna die.
Now, Cordys, even though that was a good chunk of damage, I do still need a con save
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
No.
Oh boy. Yeah, let's go with 18.
you. 18. You hear Felix warn about poisons, so you're able to move just a little bit as this thing slashes you. It cuts deep across your cheek, but the poison isn't able to take hold on you just yet.
Yeah, Cordys kind of dances to the side, a very light footwork here.
Excellent. That will bring us to Felix. Each of these mischievous little fae only get 1 attack.
Thought he was gonna say mischievous little fucks.
I thought you were just describing me.
Why not both? Why not both?
Would I know if animal friendship would work on these?
I would say not. You are familiar enough with what's going on that these not only are summoned creatures, but they are fae creatures.
Uh-huh.
They aren't beasts.
Okay. Gonna use my bonus action to hex the one in front of me.
Okay.
I just point and I'm like, you see my eyes flash like a greenish yellow, and the eyes of this little guy flash the exact same. As I was like, no, not me. I'm gonna hex its strength, I think.
Okay.
No,
Excellent.
dexterity. Let's do dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yes.
Perfect. The Volkrung is hexed.
And then I'm going to attack it with a thorn whip.
Okay.
You just see like the same kind of green and yellow magical energy kind of going around my hands as I'm gonna come around and kind of just like whip them with magic.
Excellent.
Whip it real good. 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
Oh, that's tiny damage. Only 3.
All right. Hey, damage is damage.
It's 2 necrotic, or 1 necrotic, sorry, and 2 piercing.
Excellent. He looks like he takes full points from both.
Excellent.
And he is wounded.
Yeah, that's action, bonus action.
All right. That brings us to Cordys.
Dancing around this thing's last hit, kind of avoiding that poison a little bit. Cordys is going to reach to his left hip and pull out his gleaming rapier. And he, but right before he stabs, he's going to be, Calliope, a little help? And from under my kind of like light lavender kind of cloak here and out of the hood, you're going to see this little gray cat kind of wake up, kind of do this big old cat stretch, and then run down my arm. And I'm going to have Calliope give me the help action here as she goes and tries to swipe at this thing's eyes a little bit.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Awesome. Let's let's go a third 11.
An 11. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you lunge towards this thing with your rapier, and its tendrils fly up to protect it.
16.
16 is enough. You see those tendrils going for your wrist, one going for the blade as it uses its ability disarming tendrils. But with a 16, you are able to pull your blade back just in time to not have it snatched from your grasp.
Thanks, Calliope. My fault, not yours.
And Taytalian, that will bring us back to you.
New Geralt, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so much better than what I thought the tiny dwarf with the weird hair was going to do. I'm going to fall back a little bit more. I'm just going to say, we'll call it 5 feet.
Okay.
Just a hair. And, I mean, I really think how this is going so far, I might as well not mess around, and I'm just going to burn my last first level and do another magic missile. And,
Excellent.
I'm going to do the one near New Geralt.
Okay, so that one is still at full health.
All right.
Magic missile just hits?
Yeah.
Yes, so magic missile
I always
doesn't
thought it was an attack
require,
roll.
it does not require an attack roll. It just hits automatically.
That is 10 total force damage.
10 total force damage. So this one is also now badly beaten. And Taytalian, what do your magic missiles look like again?
I mean, very, very traditional. Taytalian is very new to magic.
Okay.
So when Taytalian, grasps that hammer around his neck, the bolts just fling kind of out of the back of his hand, and they just look like very small, white, slightly purplish darts that fly out.
Okay, sounds good. And so these darts smash into this Volkrung, tearing away more of those roots and vines, and you see part of its face starts to dissolve in mist. And Prue, that brings us to you.
All right, I'm gonna go and attack the one that's attacking my friend. I'm gonna stab him with the dagger.
Your
Another
friend
dagger.
being Felix, right?
Yeah, my friend being
Okay.
Felix. I don't know these other guys. All right. Okay, does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Woo! And I have sneak attack.
You do. Felix is within 5 feet.
Sweet.
Looking really cool and magical.
Fuck yes, so. Stabby stab. So, 10 damage.
10 damage actually is enough to finish off this Volkrung as well. So you step forward with your dagger and again slice through these vines, dissipating the rest of the creature into mist. You are 2 for 2, Prue.
I eye the other one and I'm like, I'm gonna get them all.
That brings us to the last Volkrung. And it is going to move closer to you. It's going to move 10 feet towards you. So it doesn't actually leave Cordys's range, and it's 10 feet away from you. Its tendril attacks do have reach, so it is able to lash out at you with its thorny vines.
Shit.
Is a 14 going to hit you, Prue?
Nope.
All right, so it swings its vine down. You're able to dodge out of the way, and that brings us to Felix.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move my hex. So you see the plant-based monkey that's already dead kind of fidget a little bit as I kind of like move my arm pointing to the next one, and I move my hex from that one to the new one. Eyes still glowing green-yellow just like mine, as I'm going to hit it with another Thorn Whip.
Okay, go for it. Give me an attack roll.
That's gonna miss, babes, with a 10.
A 10 is gonna miss. So you swing out your Thorn Whip, and it's lashing its own vines. They kind of get tangled for a moment in the air. Doesn't do any real damage, and you pull your Thorn Whip back.
I'm gonna look over to Cordys, and I'm like, "You're gonna do so good." I'm gonna step behind Prue.
Cordys is just kind of like bleeding from the chest where this thing like lashed across him. He's like, I for sure hope so.
Come on, ne'er-do-well.
Excellent. And that does bring us to Cordys. This thing is still within your melee range.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and using my other hand as it's on the other side of me, I'm just gonna kind of reach out, and you're gonna kind of smell ozone in the air a little bit here as a little bit of energy crackles between my fingertips, and I'm just gonna kind of channel a little bit of that Air Genasi heritage, that storm inside of me. I'm gonna reach out and cast a Shocking Grasp.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a melee spell attack roll.
Oh boy, that's a big ol' 8.
Oh no.
7 actually. Yeah. I should have believed in myself.
8. You lash out to grab it with Shocking Grasp, and this thing just worms its way out of your grasp. You are not able to get a hand on it.
Sorry, land legs.
And that will bring us back to the top of the third round. Taytalian, what would you like to do?
Well,
Kill it.
I mean, I understand. You're a driver by trade. I get why this is being difficult for you. Let's try this. And using his other hand, he slaps both his hands together, and kind of a little bit of Kamehameha-esque style, pushes his hands out and launches a firebolt at our little last vine boy.
All right, go ahead and give me a ranged spell attack roll.
That's not good. It's 7.
Girl.
Yeah, 7 might be my lucky number, but it isn't yours. That is a miss. You guys are not rolling great, but Prue is 2 for 2 so far, so let's
Make it
see
3 for
what
3.
she can do.
All right.
After that last miss, I am gonna just yell out, "I really believe in all of you," and I'm gonna move back another 30 feet.
Okay, perfect. Retreating almost back to the carriage itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward and get the job done, hopefully.
Okay, Cordys is within 5 feet of this creature, so if you do hit, you get a sneak attack again.
16.
16 does hit, yes.
Woo!
Switching out these dice.
Okay.
Incredible.
That's 13 damage? Is that
Excellent.
enough?
So, Prue, how do you want to do this?
Yes!
How do you want to prove this?
Just so casually, I'm gonna, like, with my dagger, carve a P in his chest.
You carve a P cutting through the vines and roots, and that he stays there as the rest of his body slowly starts turning into mist, the last thing to disappear.
And then I look to the boys and I go, what, like it's hard? And then I curtsy.
That was impressive. Quite impressive. Thank you for picking up my slack.
You're welcome. I do feel like perhaps I was the only one doing anything, except for our brave blonde boy.
You Unseelie Rangers are really strong.
Yes,
Thank
truly.
you. Yes.
It's a part of joining the Corps.
That's amazing. New Geralt, so you're an air... Is it Genasi? Genasi? How do your people say it?
Genasi's fine.
Okay.
Who's to say?
That's exciting.
Who's to say, though?
And it's not actually Geralt, is it?
No, not Geralt, no.
The door is still open.
Well, was it?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the door is
close it.
open, so we should probably do something about that.
Okay, but we're going to talk about this whole name thing. I can't keep calling you New Geralt.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever works.
It's disrespectful to Geralt's memory.
I'm going to grab Felix by the nape or whatever and...
Oh, I'm running already.
grab you anyway.
Running already. While I'm going, I'm using like my windy mage hand to like start shutting it, so that way by the time I run up, there's already kind of some momentum, and I can just like run up to it and shut it.
Okay, you start shutting it with your mage hand. You and Prue run up and together slam the door closed. The lights stop pouring out of it. Everything around you suddenly goes quiet again. No more summoned Volkrung, no more mysterious satyr, though that satyr is surely still loose somewhere in the material plane. But you have succeeded in defeating his summoned creatures and shutting the gate. Now, you may take your time to get to know each other. But really quickly, before we move any further, now that we're more or less a party, I would like to give each of you a plot point.
What's a plot point, Jeremy?
Okay, but like, actually, what is a plot point?
So I am going to give you a little rundown on how these are going to work. So you're all going to start with one. And a plot point is a token, essentially, that your character can use to change the story in a couple different ways. So the first way is to use your plot point for something called What a Twist. And if you use your plot point for What a Twist, then as I'm describing a scene, say it's a room that you're walking into, for example, you can hold up your token and say, what a twist, and you get to add something to that scene. So, for example, if you're walking into a room full of goblins, you could use your plot point to say, what a twist, there's a barrel full of gunpowder in the middle of the room. And then there would be. The second way that you can use your plot point is for something called the plot thickens. When you use your plot point for the plot thickens, that is something that will help you get out of a situation or maybe more drastically change the story. So let's say you are all captured and sent to prison. Someone could use their plot point to say, the plot thickens. We mess with the bricks on the back wall of our cell and we're able to find a secret passageway. Now that's a big advantage. But the kicker with the plot thickens is when you make something like that, the player to your left has to add a complication.
Okay.
So that secret passageway, player to your left might say, unfortunately, it's trapped. And then I get to decide what the trap is, of course, because that's fun.
That's awesome. That sounds like a blast.
As you move through the campaign, when major events happen or you do something extraordinary, you can earn another plot point. And just so you guys and our listeners know, plot points are actually a variant rule already in 5th edition D&D. So they can be found in the back of the DMG. We're only using parts of how they're able to work that work for us in our storytelling, but they are a variant rule of the base system.
Neat.
Sounds fun. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you for giving us a way to mess with you.
Absolutely.
That
I
sounds
think
so
it's
fun.
going to lead to a lot of fun situations down the line. And, think about things you might want to use them for, but I think the best uses are going to be improv. When something happens, an idea just pops into your head, and you're going to throw down that plot point. So I'm really excited to mess with them going forward.
Yeah, I've already got ideas.
Excellent. But with those plot points in your back pockets, let's dive right back into our game. You all have just won your first battle together. And unfortunately, Rosencrantz and Gregory have been turned into blue frogs. And they are still blue frogs.
At the moment, I have tucked them carefully into my coat pocket and zipped it closed so they can't get out.
Perfect.
I shook them a little bit in my hands before so that if they had to pee at all, hopefully they peed in my hands before they peed into my coat pocket.
Yeah, you have a little bit of frog pee in your hands.
That's fine. That's fine.
You gotta shake your frogs, guys.
Yeah, shake your frogs before you put them away, everybody.
And
Here at Lorecasters, we like to say.
Please don't
what
do
would
that.
you like
Don't
to
do
do?
that at home, kids.
I'm gonna look over to Prue, and I'm just like, okay, like I just want to confirm this. That wasn't us, right?
There's almost no way that was us, but also, do we have to tell your moms?
I don't know if like we have to, but we should definitely tell them. We should tell someone.
But I think that they might think that it was our fault.
No. We just tell them that a two-legged unicorn walked out.
Sure.
Also, technically,
Sure.
my mom's fault. No. The
No,
Tabaxi's fault.
it's the Tabaxi's fault. We never would have gone out
We
here in the
never
first
would have come out
place.
here in the first place.
I do have a quick question though.
Uh-huh.
You have said probably like 3 times. I let it go the first 2, but you have said like, "Oh, this is definitely not our fault," right? Like out loud to each other. Is this your fault?
Oh, see, here's the thing. That was kind of a Patrick Trish conversation.
That's
And
why I
so,
let it go the first 2 times.
The fact
obviously,
that you were
yeah.
eavesdropping is kind of
It's actually really quite rude in Ranger culture.
it is, and especially coming from a ne'er-do-well.
Sure, I mean, ne'er-do-well.
A liar
Bit of a
already?
strong word. I
That's
mean,
what you called us.
That's what I called other people that would have stolen the cart. I could have stayed with the cart this entire time, and
You
everything
stole
would
it.
have been a lot better. Yeah, so I should stay with
And
it.
we weren't stealing it. We just wanted to get inside.
I'm the
And
best
what-
person to watch the cart because I'm most invested in its
Well,
safety.
and what is your real name? Because it's not Geralt.
It's not Geralt.
It's new Geralt.
It's not.
It's
new.
also not New Geralt. But my name is Cordys Frey. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Cordys, that's a lovely name.
I cannot believe that someone would lie about their name.
Why would anyone lie about their names?
Patricia,
Oh.
Eric, what are your guys'
Oh no,
deal?
their names are Patrick and Trish.
Oh, I
we're
can-
going to
sorry.
be respectful of the names that they
Yes.
chose. Yes.
Sorry, there's been a lot going on tonight.
I'm
sorry I
sure
messed
there's
those
been
up.
a lot going on. We should probably go
Yes.
tell Mom.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
want us to go with you to tell Mom? Hey, what was with the door? Isn't that supposed to not be open?
It is. So you're telling nobody that it was open.
Well, I have to tell. I have to tell my master, of course.
We don't even know how to open the door.
we don't
How
know how
could
to
we?
open the door.
How could we have done it on accident?
We have never opened a door that we're not supposed to open.
I don't think anybody said it was your fault until you said it wasn't.
We're just double checking.
We're just making sure. We just want to cross off all of our bases. Check all of the boxes.
Paperwork.
Paperwork.
None of this is suspicious. It all sounds just as good as when I was told I wasn't supposed to be going to the inn tonight. Listen,
What inn are you staying?
it was a big one in the middle of town. I don't know. Well, shit, you're not gonna know. I don't remember. My other driver knew.
Was it,
oh wait,
was it the Drooling Boar? You should not stay at the Drooling
Never
Boar.
stay at the Drooling Boar.
That horrible place, really.
No, I've
It's
only
a
ever
horrible place.
I've only ever stayed at the King's Head Boar. Is the Drilling Boar not like a sister inn or something?
No.
No, certainly
No
not. They
relation.
wanted people to think that,
Yeah.
but unfortunately,
Liars.
That's a
it's
terrible,
trash.
terrible way to do things.
It is truly.
I mean, Rosencrantz and Gregory know where I'm supposed to stay, but
Oh,
they're
Are those
frogs.
your frogs?
Yeah.
Maybe we can figure out a way to fix them.
Could you guys do
yeah.
that?
Well, your mom's probably know some way to
I'm sure there's
undo-
like a lotion or something we can put on them.
salve,
A
perhaps.
salve, a poultice.
Or
I feel like
frog
pul-
sweat is also very valuable. So
Hey,
Hey, you're not
so-
gonna sweat my boys.
Aren't frogs usually wet?
Yeah.
Huh?
You said frogs wet. They're usually wet.
Frogs
Sweat.
Frogs sweat.
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 I see what you did there.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sweat.
Yes.
Your accent is very hard to hear sometimes.
my accent is hard. to
Yes, your accent.
hear. Right.
Anyways,
Go fuck
if we
yourself,
go-
Cordys.
If we go back to where we're from, could we take a look at your frogs?
At your boys.
Okay, but the only thing you have to promise is nobody hurts my boys.
Oh.
I am required to return them.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Are they rentals?
I say I promise, but
No.
I'm crossing my toes.
They kind of work for I owe their family. That's one way to put it.
What is your name?
Oh yeah, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Taytalian. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Hi.
Nice to meet you as well.
We're definitely Patrick and Trish.
That's all you've heard, right? My name is Taytalian.
I don't think I've heard anything.
Perfect.
All right.
Right.
Well, now that names have been sorted, we should go back and tell maybe one person, and let us do the talking to that one specific person.
Yes, you should definitely not speak.
Tell
Okay.
anyone about anything you saw here.
That's not a problem for me. We're going into the city?
Yes.
Yeah. People don't live out here.
Good to know.
It's extremely dangerous to stay out here if you don't. This forest keeps going. There is no end
There
to it.
is
You
no
will
end.
get lost
Do
and
you-
die.
Do you guys know how to get back?
The road we came from is...
No.
That's cute.
No.
Tourists.
Speaking of the road you came from, you start heading back to where you left the carriage. It's not there.
I
The
should have
carriage is
stayed
gone.
with the carriage.
You would have been lost for
That
the rest
on the
of your life.
That on the other hand was a rental.
Oh. I mean,
Did you get the insurance?
I did.
I kind
thank
of
God.
The paperwork's in the cart.
Oh my god. Nightmare.
reaching out and touching the embroidery on your coat and stuff, and I was like, I mean, you look like money.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a little faded, but thank you.
So I'm sure like insurance isn't an issue.
It's well, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure this out. Let's go back to town.
I'm definitely
All
gonna hear
right,
about
so the four of you head back towards town together. Are you taking them through your pathways back towards Ghostwood, Felix?
Yes, because technically we're not supposed to be in here.
Correct.
We are going back
Yeah.
that way.
All right, so
When we go back, I'm like, the way we're going, you guys, you will not speak of to anyone.
Top secret.
Top secret. It is the toppest secret. You could not top a secret like this.
Is this like another Unseelie Ranger thing?
Yes.
Yes.
And if I find out, or if she finds out, that anyone else has found out about this, I look at both of you, and I just move my finger underneath my chin across my neck.
You're gonna
No
shave?
hesitation.
He's going to shave.
Oh, I'm threatening you.
Oh no!
Oh, that was cute. That was good threat.
you saw what I did to those vines, right?
Yeah, you know carved them up a bit. You know.
And just to like add to the threat, I'm still concentrating on Hex. You suddenly feel less charismatic.
Gosh. Well, I've got nothing better to do, and I'd really rather not be like seen by people right now. So.
Oh, perfect.
I think Cordys is just gonna kind of like wave his hand over his face, and as you see, like that kind of green mist is gonna appear again, and he's just gonna turn back into Carol, Geralt.
Geralt.
all right, you turn back into the powdered wig wearing dwarf.
I do think right before we would have left the door, I think Cordys kind of would have just like taken a passing curiosity glance at the door and just to see what it was about, because he didn't really get too much of a good look before the fight started.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to investigate it if Patricia and Eric aren't gonna yell at me.
No one's touching the door. The door's already been touched far too many times.
Patrick.
I just want to look at it. I know.
You look with your eyes, not with your hands.
I just was what I said.
Yeah, I would say you guys can both get a good look at the door. I don't necessarily know that we need an investigation check from you unless you're looking for something specific. But if you just kind of want to check out the door, you can absolutely do that.
Just kind of like a passing curious glance on my part.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm approaching it. I'm just thinking I'm looking at it because I might recognize some of the flora here. It just kind of there's like a familiar smell to me, kind of in the air.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you do look at the surrounding area, and you took some notice, but a fight started pretty quickly. But now you're able to see that a lot of these flowers in the direct vicinity are fey flowers, and they remind you a little bit, especially the smell of your mother.
That's strange. It's been a while. Anyway,
It's a really cool door.
it's a good
Yeah.
door. We should make sure it doesn't get opened again.
Exactly. So that's why nobody's touching it. And I'm going to pick up the basket full of flowers and herbs that I came out here for. And it definitely has that one vine in it. But
Yes.
I tuck everything on top of it.
Okay.
Because that vine is going to go to my mom.
Hey, if I ask really nicely at some point, do you think you guys could lead me back here? This is kind of part of like a school thing. I was going to come and try to find the door. I didn't think we were actually going to run into it.
I will not be leading a school here.
Not a school, me.
Why?
For knowledge,
What kind?
arcane,
To what
door
end?
related, magic door,
We'll talk about it
arcane
later.
knowledge related.
We'll see.
We'll see.
He's a door wizard. That's interesting.
I am a
adorable.
wizard of. That was pretty good.
I know.
That was.
Let's go. Come on. Come
All
on,
right.
come on, come on. We don't want to lose our path.
You're all pretty fun. I think I'll probably stick with you for
All
a
right.
bit.
Hop 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
All right.
Are you
So
gonna Are you gonna keep the wig?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, of course.
the four of you start heading back along Felix's pathways, and you notice as you get close to entering back onto Ghostwood grounds, all of this sudden, it is dusk. And you came out here, all of you, in early afternoon. More time has passed than should have. But you are able to sneak back in through that back wall in the garden. And it being dusk, your mother, Radara, is not out there. And the shop is probably closing. But you guys can go in through the back entrance.
Don't touch anything.
Don't speak.
Don't speak.
Why not?
Because management. And then I just open the door.
Okay. You open the door, and you don't see Radara, but you do see your other mom, Lupe. Lupe is a gnome. She stands about 3.5 feet tall, and she has rich brown skin and graying hair that is up in a bun. And she is wearing her apron, and underneath it, a floral print dress. And she looks at you sternly, Felix. Where have you been? And who are they? Hi, Prue.
Hello.
Here's the thing. I turn to these guys. My name's actually Felix. Let's get over that fact.
Prue.
I look over to her in Gnomish and say, Taytalian, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, at least one person that Felix is consorting with is a gentleman. And she puts her hands on her hips.
I'm sorry. You can talk now, I guess.
Oh, I'm new Geralt. I mean, I'm Geralt.
No, he's not.
I think her name
not-
was Cordys.
Okay.
Yeah.
His name is Cordys.
You can trust her. She's like one of 3 people you can trust in this entire town.
You said you didn't want people to see you. You didn't say anything about them knowing your name.
That's
Whoa. What is going on, Felix?
Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna... Is the store closed?
Yes, just locked up.
I'm gonna run to the door just to double check. I'm gonna look out the window to make sure nobody's looking.
Nobody's looking.
Okay.
It is locked up.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna put the basket full of flowers and stuff on the table. We went out for all that, moon dew and everything.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, we also... what was the name of the vine again?
It was Razor Vine.
So here's the thing. You know how rare razor vine is, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, we found some.
Oh, okay.
We brought a piece. Prue and I pulled on it.
I mean, I helped.
You helped.
You pulled.
You pulled with me. Was it maybe coming out through the gate? Entirely possible.
Who's to say, really?
Who's to say?
Oh, Felix, darling, you didn't open.
I didn't open.
Certainly not.
No. We pulled it, and then we left. It didn't look like it was open.
No, it was shut.
It was shut.
I almost completely remember that.
But we met these two. Funny story. He was actually pointing over to Cordys. Was stealing from him, pointing to Tali. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, so...
It's been an interesting day.
It's been an interesting day. Stuff started flashing back from where the door was. And they were like, oh, what is that? And we were like, I don't know. We're undergrowth rangers. We should go check that out. You should stay here. And then so...
aye.
There was a satyr with a unicorn horn.
I think I'm just gonna drop the disguise self at this point. Like,
Okay.
hi, I'm sorry. My apologies. I am Cordys. It is good to meet you. I am just trying to be a little incognito right now.
Got it. You couldn't have done that like a minute ago.
Like I said, incognito.
Great. Cordys, Taytalian, you two ran into these two, and
Yes.
then you saw a satyr with a unicorn horn come out of the door that's not supposed to ever be open.
Using minor illusion, I show her exactly what we saw.
It's actually a spiral.
Yeah, it's a spiral horn.
It was really cool.
Oh, he kind of looks like a land narwhal.
Yeah. He summoned plant monkeys.
He
Have
didn't.
you seen a narwhal before?
I've seen a narwhal before. Have you not seen a narwhal?
No, I've never seen. I feel like we're getting off topic. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, that is a fae, if I've ever seen one. And, he shouldn't be here.
No, he shouldn't. But we shut the door immediately afterwards.
Sounds like after you opened it.
I didn't open it. This unicorn did.
Okay. Great. I need to talk to your mom.
Uh-huh.
This is your mom?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I just thought you were like you guys lived.
Yes,
You're-
no,
you're-
I'm
you're quite
I'm
lovely.
one of Felix's mothers, yes.
Oh.
I see the resemblance,
Hey,
Oh,
That's
thank you.
cool.
right?
I'm not related.
No, she's a halfling.
Okay. So you shut the door.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Firmly shut. 100% guaranteed.
Shoulder into.
I can back that up. They did it. They
Doors
did
shut.
It appeared to be shut.
This guy.
Hopefully went back.
Okay. Great.
It-
You know what? I think we're gonna be okay. What can I do for your new friends here?
I'd say friends is a strong term.
Okay.
You know, that spot's usually reserved
We're
for Prue.
we're new rangers.
Oh yes, we would like our badges. By
We
the
would
way.
like our
That
badges,
was
please.
They're
I-
not rangers.
I thought
Well-
as much, but maybe I thought
Felix, you're still telling people this.
Only when we get caught.
Only when we get caught.
You broke into my carriage. All
We didn't-
three of you.
we didn't
broke
break
into
in.
my carriage.
It was
I
just
broke
a triple dog dare
into
to
the
get in
outside
there
of your
first.
carriage.
Well,
Last one name was a rotten egg.
And it was you.
I'm a rotten egg.
Can you help my boys? Actually, it might
Right.
that might be a problem for tomorrow. Let's deal with that tomorrow.
His boys are now frogs.
Getting late.
okay. Maybe I can. People turned into frogs. Is that what you mean?
Yes, people.
Yes.
By the narwhal man.
By the narwhal man.
Yes. He turned one of my
Okay.
daggers into a flower. The
Ah.
audacity.
This flower, and I have it.
The audacity.
Oh.
Really.
It was a nice dagger.
Well, we can hang on to it. See if it turns back into a dagger. Ever?
I
Oh,
would like it back.
okay.
That could
Okay.
be fun. Maybe if the dagger
She-
turns back, my boys will
She
turn back.
tucks the flower into her hair for safekeeping. All right. Well, you are free to come back tomorrow, or you could all stay for dinner.
Wow, you are really nice. We just came barging in here with your son and son's friend, and you are being incredibly hospitable to us. That is very much appreciated.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, of course. Radara's already downstairs cooking dinner. I can tell her to whip up a bit more, though she usually makes too much anyway. So if you'd like to stay for dinner, you can. But if you have somewhere else to be, I'm happy to take a look at your boys in the morning.
I've got nowhere to be, and I haven't had a proper meal in months.
Oh yeah, no, you should.
Well, actually, I have a room I'm supposed to be checking into. Do you know of an inn that's near like the wizard school? Like a nicer inn? I haven't. I never got a name.
Is it the squashed grape?
Are these? No. Wait. Is that like the rusted wine?
It's very similar, yes, but no. It's the squashed grape is actually more upscale.
Is it?
It is.
Is that near the Wizards College?
No. If you're looking for an inn near the Wizards College, one where new students are most commonly put up, what you're actually looking for, I believe, is the Silver Raven Tavern.
Oh, that was my next guess.
Silver Raven. Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's
Cousin to the Golden Parrot.
That's in the port area.
Yeah, that was near Morningstar Bay.
Yeah.
You love the Golden Parrot.
You guys have a
Sure,
thriving
whatever you
inn
say.
business
We
here.
really do.
But yeah, I can point you in the right direction if you want to go check into your room.
I think that's probably a good idea if I go get settled in and I need to write a letter about some missing things. But can I come back and meet you guys in the morning? Ish? I have orientation. What are you guys doing tomorrow?
Work?
Where do you work?
I have the day off, so.
No, you don't.
You're like standing in the bottom.
I have the day off.
No, you don't.
I requested it on Slack.
You're opening with me tomorrow. Like we did today.
Oh my god, the same time.
Yes.
Oh, Christ.
That's how it works.
But you guys will be here in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm always here except for when I'm not.
That helps. Are you going to be here?
I have nowhere else to be. I kind of am on the lam a bit.
Oh, well, do you need a
From
place to
who?
stay?
A place to stay would be nice. I don't want to be in anybody's hair. I just want to kind of. I actually don't know what I'm doing, so.
Well, you could stay at my house if you'd like, just for the night.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. I don't want to impose.
I have plenty of space.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if it's okay if Calliope comes too, right? And you see little gray cat comes from out under the cloud, just.
I would prefer it.
Good. Good. Well, you can. Would you like to hold her?
Yes, and I just
Like,
grab her.
Yeah. She like. But like it then settles into it.
I did gently, and now she is my cat.
Yeah. She starts purring in your arms a little bit.
That does explain your fuzzy shoulder earlier.
Yeah. That's Calliope.
Oh, she's lovely.
She's fun.
Well, I think I'm going to head off to my hotel and get checked in.
Okay.
And everything,
Are you
but-
comfortable going alone?
Yeah. I'll ask around. I mean, now that I know the name.
I mean, at least stay for dinner.
If you've hit the crow's toes, you've gone too far.
She's just making things up, dear. Don't listen to her.
I am not.
How about this?
No, I've heard of the crow's toes. Yeah.
Stay for dinner.
It's right below the vulture's beak.
It's new.
I'm so glad we found a fun new way to piss off Jeremy.
I was quite proud of the crow's
Just
toes.
new in names.
Stay for dinner, and then these two can walk you to the inn.
Okay.
shouldn't go
As long
alone.
as it's not out of your guys' way, I don't want to be in any trouble.
Oh, you're totally on the way.
Well, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I looked to you, and I was like, because I know they're not.
What's for
you for
dinner,
that.
Mom?
Rice and beans, probably.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
sopes.
you
Menudo.
We're having sopes.
you head downstairs, and Radara has been preparing dinner. And yeah, Felix, why don't you tell us what your mothers have made everyone for dinner?
It's sopes for sure. You know, a meat situation, rice, beans, garnishes, and the such.
Cilantro.
Homemade sopes, like rolled out.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, the herbs, they're so fresh. Everything's...
Yes, everything. Oh, everything we grew here.
It's not like
Yes,
stored
it
for months
all
or pickled or
tastes
salted. It's
Incredible.
delicious.
When we came back in through the secret entrance, we walked by like an orchard and like other vegetable gardens and stuff. Like, we grow everything here.
Is your family meat eaters?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great place. This is honestly a bit of a paradise.
This is beautiful. Is this? Have you both always owned this shop?
No, not always. They kind of
I see where you
stop,
get it.
stop with that.
Oh, okay.
And they both just smile at you innocently.
Well, it's lovely.
Thank you.
It's been here a long time.
Okay.
They added the community garden in the back.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
The whole community? I guess, well, that's probably a big community. Or it'd be a big garden.
It's what we walked through to get here.
Oh, was that garden?
Oh, yeah. It's big.
I thought that was just the forest still.
No. No, that's where people come and grab their fruits and vegetables.
Awesome.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah, Lupe and Radara grow a lot of fruits and vegetables for the people of Karstead. And they use some of them in some of the products they sell, but a lot of the fruits and vegetables they just barter or trade away. They don't really make profit off of those. It's one of the more altruistic things that they do running the Ghostwood Apothecary.
And Mama, Lupe?
Yeah.
There? Lupe?
Yes.
I don't want to seem rude at all or anything. Do you happen to know any, like, good, like, really cool, like, tinkerers or builders? I don't know if that's a rude thing to ask gnomish people, but I know that they traditionally are really, really awesome at it.
Just ask them.
Yeah, I might have a few friends I could introduce you to if you're in the city for a while.
That would be awesome. It's something I've always been a little bit curious about.
Of course.
Thank you.
No problem.
You have a wonderful family, Felix.
I do, thank you. Yeah.
Do
I'm
you-
really lucky.
Do you, like, live here? I mean, it sounds like you
Oh.
live somewhere else.
No, I have a home.
Yeah,
Not far from here.
We've told Prue that she's welcome to stay here, but honestly, her house is bigger than ours.
Huge.
Well,
That's pretty fun.
Wow, you weren't thinking about space then.
no, I wasn't. I will not notice if you're there or not.
It's true.
Don't know whether to take offense to that or not.
No,
I'll
don't take offense
it-
to that.
Cool.
Wait, yeah,
I'll take it a good way.
I think it's really quite, quaint is the wrong word. Charming is the wrong word.
I think it's charming.
Charming in a eclectic sort of way.
Yeah.
Hauntingly large?
Haunting.
Yeah, haunting.
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 Yes.
A wonderful
that's it.
word to
There it
describe
is.
Prue's home.
Yes, haunting.
Wait till you
So
meet Abernathy. He's going to love you.
I can't wait.
You guys wrap up this delicious dinner with Felix's moms. And Prue, Cordys, and Taytalian, you get ready to head on to where you all will be sleeping tonight. Felix, of course, you will be staying here with your moms, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, if you want to see them to the door, and we'll send them off on their way into Karstead.
Yeah, I'll walk them to the doors, and I was like, whatever you do, once you're outside the door, you don't come back until it's opened. Okay?
That's good. Oh, I should. And I become New Garrel again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You might. Where did you. Wait, be honest. He's not dead, right?
No, we just left him behind.
Okay.
Sorry, we just left him behind.
At Morningstar Bay?
Yeah, he like got off the cart, and I just kind of.
You didn't happen to notice
hopped
like him
on?
carrying like a package of any sort, did you?
Oh, I wasn't looking behind me.
Okay, I'll figure that out later.
Needed to leave the port behind expeditiously.
Understood. You just, if he comes into town, you might want to consider a new disguise. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
I mean, how many dwarves in powdered wigs could really be wandering around this place?
That's true. It does draw a bit of attention, but you said you have a manor.
Yeah, I probably have something lying around you could borrow.
Cool. I mean, I could make myself look like anything, but I mean, a guy in a powdered wig following you home probably wouldn't draw too much attention, right?
People probably won't notice you if you're following me.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, well, bye. See you guys tomorrow. As I kick them out, I lock the door, and then Mom and I start setting all the traps.
Excellent. The booby traps to stop people from breaking into Ghostwood.
As you push me out the door, I'm just waving bye to your moms. I'm like, thank you so much for dinner, buddy.
Taytalian leaves thinking that These are just two innocent, wonderful cooks, lovely women. And they are lovely women. They are wonderful cooks. And they also know how to build and set booby traps and create deadly poisons and other things.
Is that why you said don't come through the door?
That's why I said you don't show up until the door is open.
Yes. Yes. But, that's a problem maybe for you all tomorrow. But Felix, you help your moms set up those booby traps. And the rest of you head off towards the Silver Raven.
It's a lovely city.
It's really quite large.
Do you really need the parasol at night?
Well, I had it before, so
Oh, okay.
the moon
It's
gets very bright.
more-
You'd be surprised.
Is it like more of an accent piece, or do you actually use it during the day?
I use it during the day.
Oh.
I have a very fair complexion, so.
Oh, all right.
Oh, wait, guys, that's the crow's toes. I think we've gone too far.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
So you guys turn around, having gone slightly too far after reaching the Crow's Toes, a new establishment here in Karstead.
It's brand new!
I didn't even use a plot point.
You
The plot thickens.
The crow's toes.
you backtrack to a 2-story tavern with a large sign, a silver raven inset into the sign itself, and it says Silver Raven Tavern.
Well, I thank you so much for getting me here. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Do you know your way back to the apothecary?
Yeah.
Right.
It'll look a little different in the morning, but I can figure it out.
Right.
I just gotta ask. Somebody will know where to go.
Ghostwood Apothecary.
Ghostwood Apothecary.
Yes. Say it one more time.
Ghostwood Apothecary.
All right. I think you've got it.
Ghostwood Apothecary.
Yep.
Ghostwood Apothecary.
Right.
Ghostwood Apothecary.
You know how to check in everything on your own, right?
Oh, that I know how to do. Yeah, I'll be fine there.
Okay.
All right, so
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all in the morning. And I wander into the hotel, muttering Ghostwood Apothecary. Ghostwood Apothecary.
Nice to meet you, Taytalian.
excellent. And Taytalian, you mutter under your breath all the way up to the bar, where you mention your name and that you have a reservation, and you are promptly handed a key and able to go up to your room.
Lovely. I first thing I do is look for a bath.
Okay, excellent. This is a rather nice place. Your parents wouldn't put you up in any kind of shabby place like the Drooling Boar, for instance. So there is indeed a bathing tub for you.
Fantastic. Well, yep. I clean myself up and go to bed, and I start kind of just sketching in my journal a little bit about the door and
Okay.
the kind of like a little image of the knife turning into a flower, and just kind of trying to start putting down information about the door that I was supposed to go check out at some point, and I'm already there.
Excellent.
And I call it a night.
Cordys and Prue, you make your way to the Manor District. And Cordys, you see that Prue has led you right to a large, dark mansion. As you walk up towards the front door, trailing behind her, a shiver goes down your spine.
Scary skeleton. Spine. I mean, this. I'm gonna drop the accent. It's so hard to do. It's a great place here. Nice digs.
Thank you. Yes. It's been in the family for, well, one generation, but a long, long time, really. It's home. It's also absolutely haunted. So if you hear something go bump in the night, it is probably Abernathy.
Or Calliope, probably too. She will probably sprint around this place every chance she gets.
Perfect.
As
She
you
gets
approach
cooped
the
up
front
in the
door,
hall.
it opens on its own.
What did you say your family does?
I didn't. And
Cool.
I keep walking.
I will follow trepidatiously.
And you step inside. One of the first things you notice is that hanging on the wall, a large shape near the entry hall, covered in a tarp. And
Just remodeling?
Always. Oh, you know how these drafty old mansions get.
Sure. Drafts, yeah.
Then a spirit appears in front of you.
What the fuck?
An elderly man with big old mutton chops, his hands folded in front of him, covered in gloves. Ah! Welcome home, Mistress Thorngage, and you've brought a guest.
I'm sorry, you said Thorngage.
He
Prue
looks,
Thorngage, at your service.
Thorngage?
Yeah.
You know what? The crow's toes looks pretty nice right about. I
door
should leave.
shuts.
Oh, well,
Please, stay with us.
Welcome.
Uh,
So he'll be staying the night. Do we have a guest room available? Less
Of
dusty.
course. I'll get the guest bed made up for your skullduggerous friend.
I don't want to impose Calliope and that we take up so much space. We wouldn't want to.
Please, we insist.
Prue is enjoying this immensely.
I'm sorry. There was, I could be mistaken. It's probably a popular last name.
No, I've never met another Thorngage.
Oh,
Do you know the name?
Well, it sounds familiar.
Oh, what have you
You
heard?
Stories get around, rumors, really, things about the pirate ships and things like that.
Oh, the Crushing Bone. That one.
Yeah,
My family ship.
that's you. Oh,
Yeah.
So then your
It's actually a lovely ship.
mother would be.
Izara's Thorngage.
Okay, cool. Right.
You look really pale.
No, I just know. I've heard stories, Don't know if there's any truth to them.
Well,
She-
it depends on the story
Oh,
and who's telling it, and whether or not my mother's in a good mood. She's not here. She's on a trip.
Okay, good. Well, okay. Well, I suppose a night couldn't hurt. I just
No, just don't wander about. Just because it is old and drafty and haunted, and Abernathy does weird things to the furniture.
Sure. I will stay. Believe me, I will stay in my room tonight.
And you turn back towards Abernathy, and he's not there anymore.
Cool. Yeah, not spooky at all.
And a light
Come, Calliope.
flicks on down the hall, and a door opens.
There you are. There's your room.
Right. Well,
There's a kitchen around here somewhere. If you get thirsty or hungry in the morning.
I've lost my appetite. Thank you.
I've heard that one before.
God, Lupe's cooking was so good this night. So
It is
I-
very good. You did not see her eat it.
Did Prue not eat?
She had a plate full of food,
Uh-huh.
and then it was gone.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate your hospitality and that of your family. I will see you in the morning, I guess.
See you in the morning.
Come, Calliope.
Cordys and Prue go to bed in the Thorngage Manor. Cordys shivering in his guest room, more out of fear than cold. Prue up in her bedroom down the hall from her mother's room. Sleeps like a baby. Felix, after finishing setting up the booby traps, you go to sleep in your cozy little home underneath Ghostwood Apothecary. And Taytalian, after taking a nice bath, you are able to go to sleep in your room, booked for you by your loving parents at the Silver Raven Tavern. Taytalian, you wake up early in the morning to chaotic sounds outside your window.
Oh God, not the ponies.
Screams,
What's happening?
little pops and cracks, giggling. Ah, help! You peer out the window, and people are running through the streets of Karstead. They are running away from various fae, ice boggles, and pixies, pranking and stealing from the populace. Something has gone very, very wrong.
Oh, this town looks very different in the morning.
And that is where we will end our session.
We've done it!